All right, let's, I'd like to call this meeting order. This is the, November 22nd, 2022. Board of Fire Commissioners meeting, South King Fire and Rescue. All commissioners are present, in person. Commissioner Berger, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first order of business, we have, two sets of minutes to approve. If I could get a motion in a second to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 25th, 2022.
Mr. Chairman, I move the approval of the minutes of the October 25th regular meeting.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to approve the October 25th minutes. Any comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right. And, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the special commissioners meeting of the budget workshop public hearing on November 7th, 2022.
Mr. Chairman, I'd be happy to move approval with the following additional sentence that I would propose be added probably towards the end of the minutes.
I'll second that.
The sentence I'd like to suggest we add is Executive Director Ganem and other district staff present responded to questions by commissioners regarding several proposed line items during this budget workshop public hearing.
Okay, there's been a motion made to approve the minutes with the addition of that verbiage that Commissioner Berger just recommended. Questions, comments?
Make sure we all realize, or the public realizes we weren't asleep at the switch. We were fully engaged in discussion and deliberations on our budget for 2020.
All right, all in favor of approving those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. All right, Commissioner comments. Start with Commissioner Fuller.
First run, wish everybody a turkey-filled, happy Thanksgiving. Hardly seems possible if that's here with us already. Otherwise, no comment.
Commissioner Berger.
None other than to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope they have an enjoyable long holiday with their friends and family.
Commissioner Thompson.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody all the program managers and individuals involved in developing the budget. We got a lot of new people this year, and this is their first time doing it. And they did a really good job. We got a really good budget this year. And also wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. And that's it.
Commissioner Benito.
I have nothing other than happy Thanksgiving as well.
And I too would like to say happy Thanksgiving. Eat as much as you can. All right. Public comments. Any public comment? Yeah, I don't hear any. Moving on to Commissioner Committee reports. I'll mention in your packet is the comments from the Budget, Finance, and Audit Committee meeting on November 1st. Any other committees that you need to hear from? Okay. All right. We've got two resolutions tonight. I could ask the chief to read resolution number 621.
Yes, sir. Resolution 621, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners
of South King Fire and Rescue, also known as King County Fire Protection District 39, King County, Washington, adopting a budget for the year 2023, adopted by the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire and Rescue, King County, Washington, at the regular meeting this 22nd day of November 2022.
All right, could I have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 621?
Mr. Chair, move, adoption of resolution 621.
I'll second the motion. I do have a question about the text, the first paragraph.
Okay,
Is the year 2022 also a typo? Is that intended to be 2023? Or is it actually 2022 set by? Perhaps that's a question for the executive director. And
It is not a typo. It's the assessed value for 2022.
we have a motion and a second. Any other comments, questions?
One comment, possibly, the Explorer Post 39 program, are we intending to start an Explorer Post or support the Fire Cadets program at Highline?
Chiefs Smith and Van Valkenburg are both involved in that. I believe the intent will be to support the Highline program at an arm's length, but more so to develop our own going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if there's no other questions or comments, all in favor of approving resolution number 621, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. All right, and if I could ask the chief to read resolution number 622.
Yes, resolution 622, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire and Rescue, also known as King County Fire Protection District number 39, King County, Washington, regarding the real property tax, adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire and Rescue this 22nd day of November 2022, with the following commissioners being present and voting.
If I have a motion and a second, please.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of resolution 622.
Second.
All right, motion has been made and seconded to approve resolution number 622. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approving resolution number 622, say aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carried unanimously. Thank you. All right. Administrative team report.
Okay, I'll keep it brief unless there's specific questions from any of the team members, but I would like to say publicly that the work that Joe Ganem and team have put into developing this budget simply can't be ignored. I think they did a wonderful job, and I'd just like to say thank you for all the hard work. I don't know if there's any questions of the commissioners for any of the team.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to make a comment that the monthly report from the staff reports and stuff are very good. The quality is there, the answers. It addresses the who, what, why, where, when, and very informative. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Question on, I guess it's the last paragraph under the prevention office. City of Federal Way has warned us that we are likely to start seeing some larger projects over the next couple of years. Do they have any details on what impact that, where they're at?
I'm not sure, is Chief Crossan on tonight?
I am. Here's what I'll tell you in general. There's definitely some areas we know the city has interest in growth taking place. The city has been doing, if you look at some of their recent meetings, they've been very open and talking about, it's particularly in the area of the both light rail stations. The downtown light rail station will be the most immediate one. And then on the South Sound Station, we'll see the similar type of growth, but that's probably 7 to 10 years away. But that's where we know these large projects are coming. And what we're seeing is like the project we're seeing right now at 348th and First. So what we're going to start seeing is 5 to 7 stories, mixed use buildings with retail on the bottom and housing above. Most of them will have either pedestal parking, which is parking under the building but above ground, or they'll have below ground parking, which the 348th and First project has. I believe it's 3 floors of parking underground. So those are the projects that we are starting to see. With some of the recent changes the city did with the school district and some impact fees and so forth, those are the because of those changes, we know that is what's coming. And at the meeting, they had a special meeting last Monday, and that's available on their YouTube channel. They even talk openly about the Commons Mall and some of the plans they're looking at, and looking at maybe doing a significant redevelopment of that entire piece of property. So those are the types of projects that we are most likely to see in the next 2 to 3 years.
I guess it's, would behoove me to tune into those, YouTube and, the website. I
Yeah,
noticed. Go ahead. Question on, not a question, but a comment on the community affairs, the Christmas, gatherings, the, neighborhood one-day station visits, photos for Santa, burning boat. We'll have a great presence in the city with this holiday. I'm really glad to see Brad getting that, and just want to give him a attaboy for the work he's doing with the community on those projects.
I hope our new fireboat is standing by for the burning boat.
Short response.
Yeah.
I see that the emergency management in Federal Way is, the Greater Federal Way is picking off again. Do we have any details about what the involvement that we'll have? I know it's that both Warren will be working on it, but there's quite a significant team involving some of the commissioners. Has any of that taken shape, or is it just in the reading type of stage?
Well, Chief Cross and I just had this discussion today. He's going to take part in the interview process for the new emergency manager. And as far as the build out from there, we will have involvement in it. But I think probably they need to determine who they're going to have for an emergency manager before it goes too much further. Some of the conversations that I've had haven't been very in depth with anybody, but they're most interested in getting a new person in, getting that person seated, and then developing it from there. They want our partnership though, for sure.
They want a full-time manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, they're, Ray Gross is, separated from service. And so they're actively looking to replace Ray. I hope Ray does well.
Is Ray full-time? Was that
I believe Ray was full-time, yeah.
Any other questions for the admin report?
I agree with Commissioner Thompson. It's very thorough, very detailed, very informative. It's probably why we don't have a lot of questions, because there's an awful lot of information in there, sort of self-explanatory. Really good job, Dave. Thank you.
The strategic bridge plan, a lot of planning going into that and a lot of involvement of staff, commissioners, very, very good cross section. It'll be interesting to see how that works out, meshes with the organizational health assessment.
Yeah, that's just starting to ramp up. And we've had a couple of meetings already. I look forward to moving forward with that. Kind of setting a direction for us with the 4 areas that we're going to focus on.
It won't be like our older versions of strategic plans.
No.
Good.
Did you bring
It
that
won't.
plan in from the school district? Strategic plan, that we got at the last June meeting?
I have a copy of it.
No, did you bring it in today, anybody? At the last chamber meeting last month,
Size books too.
Superintendent of Schools was the speaker, and she went over their strategic plan. And it was, I don't know if they've got a 3-ring binder back at their headquarters, but what she handed out was just sort of a fold out, 3-page summary. I mean, on front and back, had tons of information in it. And I don't know if that's the total of the strategic plan, but it's a great piece to hand out. I mean, to give to every employee, to hand out to the public. I mean, there it is, and right there.
I'm sure, I'm sure it's on the website.
So anyway, I think I brought a copy, and if I can find it out, I'll bring it in.
Yeah.
What does mine end up looking like, perhaps?
Just to add on to that, to Commissioner Fuller's comment about that, a question, I haven't looked thoroughly through what I already have, but I know we're not going to be revisiting the vision and mission. Are those on the website? Where would I find those?
They should be on the website. I can't say definitively that they are, but they should be.
Does anybody recall?
Guys, do you know if they're on the website? Mission and vision statement.
I'll look.
I
If
think-
I
I
don't
think
find
they
them
are.
there, I'll get in touch, Dave. and-
I believe they are.
Sure. Okay, great. Thank you.
Hey, Dave, the bridge, the strategic plan, bridge committees and stuff like that, will they get a recap of the OHA pertaining to that specific committee?
Yeah, they will. We're currently still building some of that out with Waldron. But to focus in on that particular area, we want to draw from the OHA
Right.
and get the pertinent information that is applicable to that section and go forward.
Great.
That'll help tremendously.
Yeah, that'll be a good way to kind of pump the well, get the brain working, brainstorming.
Yep. That it?
I guess so.
Okay. We'll move on to the November budget. Joe, just based on what we've just done, I don't know if you'd like to make any comments, but I'll turn it over to Joe for anything you may have to say.
I just echo the commissioner's comments about the budget process. We appreciate everybody's efforts and we believe we've put forth a balanced budget for sure. I do want to touch on Commissioner Berger's question. The mission, vision, and guiding principles are on our website under our district. So that's where you can find the existing statements. For the November budget, excuse me, go ahead. Is there a question?
Thank you, Joe.
For the November budget, we were hoping to have actually had a smaller percentage But at this point through November, we are actually 5.11%, 5% and 1100% under budget for the year. Number of reasons why that is, and our goal is to actually try and bring that closer to zero. You won't hear me say that very often, but we shouldn't be 5% under budget. So we're going to continue our efforts to see if we can get to where we should be at this time of the year. And hopefully we'll be able to report out something different in December. And if Kelsey's online, I will have her read the vouchers for the month.
Yep, I'm here. So we have mid-month utilities totaling $176,210.85. Accounts payable warrants totaling $1,114,003.42. Our payroll direct deposit totaling $1,281,906.36. Our EFTPS totaling $277,046.64. And our medical claims processed as of November 15th totaling $176,369.12. So the total approval is $3,025,536.39.
All right, I'd like to ask for a motion and a second to approve the vouchers.
So approved, Mr. Chairman. I'll move approval.
Second. Oh, Caroline
All
seconded.
right. Okay, motion's been made seconded to approve the vouchers. Any questions, comments? All in favor of approving the vouchers, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
I do have a question, Joe, to get to a zero over and under, are we going to buy a lot of stuff or how are we going to do that?
Christmas present. Fuel costs.
Commissioner bonuses?
There's
Yes,
a number of
President.
factors. There's a number of factors, Commissioner, that contribute to why we're under budget. And some of those things I did touch on during the budget hearing, which is we've had projects that have been delayed, supply inventory issues. So as you know, as you can see, we should be about 91% of budget at this time of the year, and we're 86. So hopefully we can move that needle a little bit closer, still come in under budget, but be a little bit closer to what we budgeted.
Okay, moving on. Board at this time is going to go into executive session for RCW 42.30.110(1)(c). To consider the minimum price at which real estate will be offered for sale or lease. When public knowledge regarding such consideration would cause a likelihood of decreased price. However, final action, selling or leasing public property shall be taken in a meeting open to the public. Joining the board in executive session, in addition to commissioners, will be Chief Matafton, Assistant Chief Van Valkenburg, Executive Director Ganem, Executive Secretary Perry, Legal Counsel, and Matt Anderson and Evan Schneider. We anticipate the executive session lasting for 30 minutes. As I said, action may or may not be taken after the executive session. At this time, we will recess for 5 minutes to get everyone transferred into executive session. At the end of executive session, we will take a 2-minute recess to get everyone transferred back over to the regular meeting.